trying to predict things, work things out, and crunch the numbers and think this is what's going to happen. Sometimes you know that the world doesn't work like that. The real world sometimes gives you so many surprises, the unexpected part of life. So many people I know should be dead. They had these sicknesses and illnesses which were terminal. But there's something about just how your life lives and ends, what actually keeps making it keep going on. The story which comes up was good old Ted. And he was one of the first people in the hospice over in Murdoch. And I went to go and see him there, because he was, as his daughter was a Buddhist. And when I went to go and see him in there, it was only like a one-way in and out in a box sort of hospice. You're supposed to go in there just for palliative care, look after you until you pass away. But I always remember his story. I remember this because it tells me a lot about the uncertainties of health, and especially of diet. Because poor old Ted, the first night in the hospital, his nurse said, "What do you want for dinner this evening?" And Ted replied, "Well, I've got diabetes, so I can't have any sugary stuff. I've got cholesterol, so I can't have any oily stuff. I've got hardened arteries, I can't have any salty stuff." And gave all this list of stuff which he could not eat because of his health. And the nurse said, "What on earth are you talking about, Ted? You are not going to die of diabetes. You're not going to die of a heart attack. Your cancer's going to kill you within about 3 or 4 days. So you can eat whatever you want." And old Ted, his eyes went wide. "Really? You mean everything I can eat?" "Yeah." And so the nurse sort of arranged for him to have this really greasy food, lots of salt, really sugary sweets afterwards. And for about 6 days he ate this incredible diet of all the stuff which his wife had banned in his kitchen for years. And he went into remission. Honest story. True. And he walked out of that hospital, or that hospice. Now that is not a cure which is recommended in the West Australian health system. But nevertheless, it's the uncertainty of how these things actually happen in this life. And so when we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, but we're open for surprises of life, then that gives our life a much, much, much better sense of happiness and joy. When we don't think, "Oh, this is terrible," we think we can predict the future. Can you predict your future? There's many people here who come on my meditation retreats, and sometimes they think they're terrible meditators, and they get these amazing meditation experiences. Total surprise. Unexpected. Uncertain. That's the nature of our life. There's so much uncertainty. We think we can control our future. We can control our meditation. We can control even our health. We can control the day we're going to die. Can you? I've just known too many people who were supposed to be dead years ago, but for some reason or another, something happens and they recover. People with tumours, really bad ones. And then something happens. They found out why they had that tumour, not the usual explanation, but something much deeper. Understanding the stress of their life and how to overcome that stress, how to get beyond it, past it, how to get beyond the worry of life. What is a worry anyway but believing in certainty in the future? We don't know what's going to happen next. So enjoy uncertainty. And the fact that even when